Hello friends, I'm Tara. Welcome to my channel, or if you're one of my lovely regular viewers, welcome back. So today's video is all about decorating for the holidays. I'm going to walk you through my process of how I decorate my house for Christmas. Obviously I haven't done anything yet, so I'm going to show you everything that I am going to do. I'm going to take you shopping with me because there are a few more things I need to get. So we're going to go to IKEA, we might hit up some other stores, we'll see how things go, and I'm going to share some tips, some ideas. We'll talk a bit about what the Christmas decor trends are for this year. My husband Adrian, who some of you may be familiar with, might make an appearance, but I think it's going to be really fun. Now, 3 things you should know about me. First of all, as a designer, I love any excuse to get to decorate my house. Secondly, Christmas is my favorite holiday. And third, well, I typically never decorate before December 1st. That was always my mother's rule. That has always been my rule, but I'm going to make an exception this year for you guys because I need to get these things done so videos can be made and I can get this out in a timely fashion for you. So here I am in early November trying to muster up my Christmas spirit. It did snow last night a little bit, so hopefully that will help me feel a little more festive. I'm really looking forward to this. Hopefully you are as well. So let's get started. Okay, so we're starting off on this side of my living room. We don't have the most spacious of living rooms, and just with the way that everything is laid out with our furniture placement, it's incredibly difficult to put a Christmas tree in here. We would probably have to move this chair out of the room completely, and then it would also end up being in the way of our projector screen. So we do not have a full-size tree. We have a very small tree that sits over here on top of this cabinet. It's not ideal, but it's what works for us, and I'm gonna do lots of other decorating throughout this space to compensate for the fact that we are a little lacking in the tree department. Now, when it comes to Christmas trees or just Christmas decorating in general, there can be a lot of trends every year. People are talking about what's new. The stores have new Christmas decor. I know we can all feel a lot of pressure to keep up, and I'm here to tell you it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The holidays are about getting together with friends and family. It's about the spirit of the season. It's not about having the trendy new Christmas decor. Just stop putting that pressure on yourself. Another thing about Christmas trends, not every Christmas decor trend works in every house. You have to be realistic about what you have space for, if whatever that trend is going to even make any sense for your design style. Like this year, for example, I'm sure you've all been hearing all about Ralph Lauren Christmas. This is the big trend. Now, personally, what do I think of this? I think it's lovely. I certainly understand the appeal. It's very cozy. It's very warm. I get it. Do I think it's anything groundbreaking? Not particularly. I think this is just sort of a traditional Christmas. I think a lot of us are very familiar with this look. We probably grew up seeing this look. You know, I think brass candlesticks and lots of plaid and greenery is not anything super surprising to see at Christmas. So if that appeals to you, if that style is something that you like and that works for your home, great, go for it. Am I going to be incorporating that trend into my home this year? No, I'm not. Just given my design style, I don't think it makes a lot of sense in here. I think it feels too traditional, too heavy. It's not the direction I'm going to go, but to each their own. Do whatever you want. Now, I have a very down-to-earth, I think, practical, realistic view of Christmas decorating. Have fun with it, do whatever you want, but also don't feel like you have to go completely over the top. I think a lot of the content that is out there about Christmas decorating is a little bit extreme. You know, if you have a 3,000 square foot house and you want to have 5 trees and greenery everywhere and lights on everything, knock yourself out. But I think for a lot of us, that's not how we live. We don't have the time to decorate that way. We don't have the budget to decorate that way. It doesn't make sense to be overhauling our Christmas decor every single year. So it's not how I approach it. To me, I want something that makes me happy, makes me smile, something that Adrian also enjoys because he lives here too. And I'm also a very sentimental person. I want to surround myself with things that are special to me, that have meaning. Adrian and I have a lot of things that we have kept from our childhoods. We have a lot of ornaments that we're very sentimental about. And I am much more concerned with having those things around me because I love them than I am making sure that I have a flawless aesthetic. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. This should be fun. It does not have to be perfect. Things can be a little quirky. Things can be a little bit mismatched. I think if you're ever going to do something that feels a little bit cheesy or corny, I mean, Christmas is the time to just go for it, right? Christmas decorating is always going to be a little bit tacky, I think. I just don't think there's any escaping that. So why not just embrace it, do what you want, and have fun? Okay, so Suarez. For those of you who are not familiar with Suarez, this is him. He lives here. He wears different hats for different occasions. He's currently wearing the beret that we brought back for him from Paris. We do have a Christmas hat for him, but he can't stay here because this is where the tree has to go. So we're gonna move Suarez and find a new place for him temporarily. Okay, here we are. We are ready to start putting the ornaments up on the tree. Adrian always likes to participate in the decorating of the tree.
And the trimming, the annual trimming of the tree.
The tree trimming, yes, yes. So we've got our Tim Hortons. We've got our fireplace up on the TV. Yeah, it's a little warm in here today. And again, we wore sweaters, trying to feel festive, and that with the hot drinks, and we have had to resort to turning on the air conditioning because we're both melting.
This is a bad combo. You think real heat is coming off of that fire right now?
We definitely won't be turning the real fireplace on today. This is as close as it's gonna get. Now, Adrian has some new contributions to the tree this year.
That I do.
Are you wanting to share?
I will share with everybody, show and tell. This is my new 10th anniversary Sadness Christmas ornament. And anybody who's in the know knows what this is a reference to.
I don't know if everybody knows, so maybe I should explain.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Well, so yeah, I've received a couple of comments on my videos about my resemblance to sadness.
I'll bust it open while you're...
Okay, yeah, so, and I mean, yeah, to be fair, the first time someone commented, it was on a video where I had my hair parted on the side and I was wearing a turtleneck. So Adrian was very amused by this, and
that's been my new mission in life, just so folks out there know. When we went to Disneyland Paris, my goal was to find every sadness pin that I could find for my Disney lanyard. Unfortunately, I came away with none. So if anybody out there, leave me a comment. Where could I find sadness pins? All the pins that I've been able to find so far online are all fake. I will accept fake.
You want a legit?
I want a legit, but I just want to fill my lanyard with sadness pins because it would be a great homage to my wife, my beautiful wife.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So, did you want that to be the first ornament on the tree?
It might have to be.
Okay.
All right.
So here, I'll get you.
Let's start the trimming.
Stand back, admire the tree. How's it looking?
I think it looks nice.
I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
For what it is, it's a very small tree.
It is a very small tree, but it's festive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, friends, I promised you a trip to IKEA. Here we go, checking out all of the holiday merchandise. One of the first things I saw was this little set of birds. I thought these were super cute. The style feels a bit mid-century modern to me. Love the colors. $14.99 Canadian, I think seems pretty reasonable for the set. I did not buy them while I was there. I may still go back. I think these could be quite good tucked into the floating shelves in my living room. Saw lots of good ornaments while I was there. I didn't buy any because ornaments, not something I need any more of. I was really into this set though. Love these colors, very fitting for my color scheme. And I like the shape of these. I think it's a bit different and fun. I also thought this looked like a great set for someone looking for a slightly untraditional color scheme. And $16.99 is a great price for a set of 32 ornaments. These are cute. I love the pink and red color combo, and I thought that these little mushrooms were also very sweet. There seemed to be a lot of paper ornaments and decorations like these around this year. I'm pretty sure I also saw some at Michael's. Kind of a retro vibe to these that I am really into. If you are tight on space, I think this tree-shaped wall decoration is a really clever way of displaying some Christmas ornaments. This, just a good, simple napkin holder. I did pick one of these up for our place. I mean, for $5.99, why not? And these cookie jars, I think these are adorable. I bought myself a snowman, and I am slightly tempted to go back for the Santa. I noticed these red picture frames on display, which is a great example of how you can use non-holiday items as part of your holiday decor. I like to hold on to old Christmas cards to use in my decorating, and sometimes I'll pop them into a picture frame like I've done here. I also noticed that IKEA had some nice options for festive lighting. Hanging pendants, candlesticks, table lamps, lots of great ideas for adding a warm glow to your space this holiday season. So Adrian and I did end up at a HomeSense. There was a lot of stuff, not much that I was particularly interested in. We did find this cat. Adrian, especially being a cat person, did quite enjoy this, and he did come home with us. And to my Canadian friends, don't sleep on Canadian Tire. I was pleasantly surprised to see their selection of Christmas decor. Lots of really fun, vibrant, colorful ornaments. I was really impressed. So one last stop I made was to the dollar store, where I came across these little village pieces. They were originally from Kohl's, apparently. Price tag underneath those dollar store price tags said that they were $16. Really glad that's not what I paid for them. Wasn't really feeling this shiny gold finish, but I had some craft paint at home, so I knew I could paint them. And now they're sitting on the shelves in my living room. I think they're really cute, simple, just a nice little addition to my living room shelves for this time of year. So I was over at Winners and they had these tea towels. I thought these were cute. I like the pattern, I like the colors, but I'm trying to also be a supportive wife. So in addition to these, I picked up these. So hopefully these will make Adrian happy. I didn't make a ton of changes in the kitchen. I swapped out the black plate in the corner for something a little more colorful. It just happened to perfectly match the snowman cookie jar that I picked up at IKEA. And then I just changed out the cookbook. This one belonged to Adrian's mom, and it just felt a little more appropriate for the season. Yeah, and then I've got the new tea towel, so just a little something to make the kitchen feel a little more Christmassy. So didn't do too much in the nook either. I just swapped out one of the toss cushions for this one. Found this at Canadian Tire. These berries I already had. They were gold, but I decided to spray paint them pink. And then I had a bunch of leftover ornaments. So I strung some of them from ribbon and hung them from the candle sconces. And I also added some to the footed bowl that was already on the dining table. So really simple changes, but it's feeling much more festive in here. So moving over to the other side of the living room, I wanted to do something to make my gallery wall feel a little more festive. So I had this existing frame. This was here already with a different print in it. I just swapped out that print for this. This is a piece I just really quickly made myself out of some construction paper and some vinyl letters I cut out on my Cricut. And then I've got this beaded garland that I strung up here. I just made this out of some wooden beads that I found at Michael's. The hand weights that sit in front of the patio door. I needed to figure out some sort of solution to work around those because I don't want to be moving them all the time. They're heavy. So that is a large empty box with no bottom. So I'm able to just pop that over top of the weights so that things look a little less unsightly over there. And given that we don't really have a lot of space to put gifts underneath our Christmas tree, we can add some more presents to that pile as we get them over the holiday season. All right, all of the finishing touches are now complete over on this side of the living room. You may have also noticed that we've got a bit of a theme happening in the living room, which is Black Santa. We have a few of them. Adrian always likes to pick them up when we find them when we're out shopping. Oh, and this year we have added to the collection a black gnome. We've also found Suarez his new temporary home. So he's up on the kitchen peninsula for now. He's in his new Christmas hat. Well, not so much a hat, more antlers. Adrian thinks he also needs a scarf. So if I can find him a Christmas scarf, we'll be adding that as well. But I haven't tracked one down yet. And I think that is now about everything that I have done, everything that's been added to the living room for the holidays. All right, friends, that pretty much wraps up my Christmas decorating video. Having my house this ready for the holidays this early does feel a bit strange, but I'm going to try to just appreciate and enjoy it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I thank you so much for being here. I hope we see you at the next one, and bye for now.